Seattle Sounders wrapped up their last practice here at Renton as they prepare for Saturday's game with Sporting KC.
He's still feeling the symptoms, so we're just gonna. I'll give you an update next week, late next week. He's in the protocol. He's in good spirits, I would say, but he's feeling the symptoms of that concussion. He's excited. He's excited to play. You know, it's always a shame when somebody goes down and you get your opportunity, but Dan has been training hard and he's ready for it. Yeah, Alex has done well. Jonathan Bell's back from suspension and, you know, just coach's choice. Yeimar and Kim Keehee are close. Yeimar is going to go on the trip. I'll give you that nugget. So that's positive news for us. And we'll see if we can't get a result on the road. The defensive, conservative, prototypical two center backs. I mean, Alex is not a center back by trade, but he played that position against two good teams, and he didn't look that out of place. I mean, you tell me one glaring incident where he looked out of place. Exactly. So there's some nuances to the position. Obviously, set pieces, height. It's always handy to have some guys in that particular arena. But he's done really well, and it does put Jackson back in his natural position. We like that.
What did you get from Alex in that? I mean, what are his strong points playing the center back? Is it his ability, ball distribution, feet?
He's used to the ball being at his feet, making good decisions, and just a little bit more attack-minded look. Because he can find passes. Jackson's finding passes, and Alex is finding passes, and we had Kalani on the right, and it's a pretty possession, exciting kind of right side of the field.
Brian, how do you attack differently when on the left side from your right side, without going too much in depth? Because Obed brought that up a little bit.
Paul and Ryan Kent are true wingers, and Pedro could go out there. They're true wingers. The right side, who's ever playing right back is the one that usually is higher up the field, highest and widest. Now, when Pedro and Kalani or Pedro and Alex played over there, Pedro has the ability to go wide, and one of those guys moves up in the pocket. It just varies.
Then does that have any effect on Albert Rusnak, what he's doing up there in Obed, where he gets in that pocket?
We just open the floodgates a little bit more. I want them to play with a little bit more freedom within the structure of the team. Albert can come in the middle, come on the right, and Obed fills in where Albert's supposed to be. Well, he's obviously a good forward. Burned us last year in a conference final. But I'm confident with our defensive pressure higher up the field, limit some of his touches, and then when they get the ball, when they move up the field, they've got a good number 10. 4-3-3 still. And with Peter gone, they're still in that 4-3-3. Might have tweaked it a little bit, but we've watched enough film. We've seen the players enough. We know them. They're at the lower end of our league in expected goals and entries and all that sort of stuff. We get the report from our guys upstairs, but you still have to do the job. You still have to make plays. We're going to try and keep possession higher up the field. Jordan's going to feature in the game, so when he's on the field, getting in behind, all the normal stuff. Well, that just shows that the team hasn't given up. Even in the depth of a longer season, a frustrating season, we always measure, players, certainly based on performance, but also effort. It's one of the calling cards of this club. We never give up. We don't quit. Even when it seems like the odds are stacked against you, there's a personal pride that takes over. And, even if you're not going to win that particular game, or you're not going to, get a result, you still can send a message so that the next time you play against that team or that player you happen to be lined up against, you can, hopefully get a better outcome the next time you play us. We've got a 3-game week, and we've got Leagues Cup against 3 really good opponents in a short amount of time. Injuries can happen at any time. When Pedro steps on the field, he's going to be ready because his training has been way up here.
How you feel your set pieces, especially corner kicks? I know Jackson had a close one. How you just the assessment? I know you want to score more, but
we always work on them. There's been a little bit of renewed focus on just the mentality inside the box. You saw that in Jackson's play, both defensively and offensively. It's just messaging and, again, the training environment. We're going to push them in training not to just take it as we're going to work on our set pieces. No, we're actually focused on getting the ball in the goal, even though there might not be a goalkeeper or defenders around. We want them to, just get a little bit sharper in training, and hopefully that manifests itself into some clear chances from the initial ball. Clean sheet, score a goal, and then happy on the way back. Look, I just found out about it, and it's taken me a little bit of time to process. You never want to hear about a colleague that you've worked with closely for many years get diagnosed with, and I don't know the form of cancer. It's their business to, put out information, but any type of cancer, any affliction, anything like that of someone that you work closely with, certainly my heart goes out to them. We wish him a speedy recovery, or perhaps better, a full recovery is probably the way I say that. Because Garth's a good guy, and he's had a lot of success in this league, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed that he can recover.
all right, so there you go. You heard from Brian Smetzer and just talking about the importance of this game. And I say it really is important in that this is 11th place Sporting Kansas City team, and the Sounders are in 5th place, and they have to win this game to stay pace with the Portland Timbers, who are in 4th place. And as far as what Smetzer's looking for, his 3 keys were a clean sheet, score a goal, and have a happy return at home. So, that's what's on the table. Some of those things that they need to do that is they have to play better defensively. And as far as the center back position, Smetzer was a little bit coy about whether Alex Rodin will start, for another game next to Jackson Reagan, but he did say Yeimar is making the trip, and also Jonathan Bell is back after a suspension for a red card. And then set pieces was also discussed, and he said they've talked to the team all week, set pieces on both ends. That is in terms of defending set pieces. And he also talked about there is an emphasis to score goals, not just say, it's another set piece. And then, again, they have to attack in transition, and they have to be aggressive and positive against a team, as I said, is in 11th place. But they do have a striker in Jolovic, who, they know very well from when he was with LA Galaxy. So the Sounders have to play real smart, diligent, basic, determined, and also clean football to come away with what I call is a must-win. And then lastly, a shout-out there to former Sounders general manager Garth Lagerwey, who through a press release from Atlanta United said that he is taking some time off. He has been diagnosed with cancer. I don't know exactly which one it is, but that's the thing about when you cover sports, you meet some really cool people, and he was one of those cool people. So shout out to Garth Lagerwey for a speedy return, if you will, from the Sounders practice facility rented at Mas Vida Maria for the CascadiaSports.net report. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.